Hi everyone, and welcome to day 3 in your Get Seen and Start Selling challenge. Now, I hope that you have worked through emails 1 and 2 and done the work. I hope you've watched the video. I hope you've taken action. I hope you've answered those questions that were in there and that you've really kind of dug a bit deeper to get as much out of this as possible, and that you've actually taken action on it and started implementing it, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on some other kind of social media platform, whether it's in real life at networking meetings or with friends, even when you're talking about your business. I just hope that somehow you have started to take action on this, because at the end of the day, it's the action that counts. So today is all about defining your core message. It's getting really clear on the core message behind your business, how you share that with the world, why it's even important, because some of you might be like, well, what is a core message, and why do I even need it? And the idea and the power that underpins that, which is your why, the big why behind this business for you, why you chose this business, why it's important to you, why you feel so passionate about it, and why you want to help others with it. So we're going to dive in first with the why, because that ties in perfectly with your core message. Your core message grows from your why. So really, I want you to grab pen and paper as usual, and I really want you to, even if you listen to this as you're driving, at least just think it through in your head, right? So my first question is, why did you decide to start this business? Whatever your business is, or even if you're just in the planning process at the moment, why is it important to you? What was it about this particular business that really sang to you, that captured your attention, that made you go, yes, this is something that's really important to me that I want to do? What impact does it have both on you, on perhaps your family, and on the bigger picture, the world at large? What can your business do to really help other people in some way, shape, or form? And what's the why for you? The power that will drive you on those days and give you that motivation for when it feels hard, for when it feels like you're not being seen and no one's saying yes, for when you've got to really stretch your comfort zone, on those days where you're just like, building a business is hard, it's so hard. And we know that there are always some days that pop up like that, but it doesn't need to be hard. And one of the key things that can help you shift out of it being hard is to connect again with your why. So I want you to write down, what is your why, and dig a bit deeper, right? You might be saying, well, my why is my children. I want to build this business for my children. But what's important about that? So is it really, for example, if you're saying, well, I started this business for my children, then let's dig deeper. So to give what to your children? Is it because you want more freedom and more flexibility to spend more time with your children? Is it that you want to teach your children that there's another way, that they don't have to follow this precise route through education and then through working for other people? Is it because you want more freedom to travel, to go around the world? Is it that you want to be able to help people in your own way without having to stick to someone else's guides or rules? Is it because you feel that by yourself in your own business you can make a bigger impact? Is it because you feel that everyone deserves the tools and the chance to start their own business, and maybe you've got a business that is easy to pass on to other people, so that you can not just benefit from this yourself in terms of you having more flexibility, more financial security, more options, and more control over your own future, but maybe you also love the fact that you can pass that on to other people and help them do the same. So whether that's in a network marketing business, or whether that's because you help other people build businesses or start businesses or empower them to do that, whatever it might be, right? Really think about your why and connect with it. Feel it in your heart when you think about it, and dig a bit deeper. Like, when you think about all the different reasons why, and get them all down on paper. So is it also the fact that you like to be your own boss? Is it that you like that bit of control? Is it that you don't like, maybe there's don't like things in there as well, so you don't like being told what to do, or you don't like having to work 9 till 5, or you don't like some of the regulations and rules? Those of you who know me well and know that I used to be a teacher, you might well have heard me talk about in the past the fact that I loved teaching because I loved working with the kids. I loved feeling like I was making an impact and a difference in their lives, and in the way that I connected with them. But what frustrated me all the time was the focus on exams and study and all the rest of it, when actually lots of the kids that I was teaching in the school that I was at, they really just needed that connection support to get through the day, because lots of them had huge struggles at home. And so one of the reasons that I felt like I wanted to leave teaching and be my own boss and work for myself is that I wanted the freedom to work with people in the way that I felt was best, in the way that I felt I could really connect with them, and use skills and techniques that obviously I've built up along the way to do that. So what's your why? And then once you've got your why, what's the message in that? How do you turn that into a message that you want to share with the world? So, for example, what is it that your business can do, and how does it connect with you? Is it that, say that you're a self-love coach or something like that, right? And you're thinking, well, I just feel that the world needs more love. Maybe it's that you feel that the only way to fight the darkness is with the light. These are just some of the things that you might be feeling inside of yourself, and it's putting it into a little short, succinct message, but that really comes from your soul, from your core, from your heart. Okay, so it's one that really connects. So for me, it's that everyone needs to believe that they can do it too, that it's just a few little mindset shifts and a few internal belief changes, and you can get wherever you want to in life, in whatever way you want to in life, that you have control and you have choice. And people so often walk through their lives with it almost blindfolded and don't see all the choice that they have surrounding them. And sometimes that's because it's the easy option, right? But actually, when you open your eyes, yes, it might be a bit scary sometimes, but it's also filled with amazement and wonder. And so I help people bridge that gap, take that step into the life that they want, rather than looking at it from the other side of the bridge constantly and seeing and wishing, but never taking action on it. So I help people take that step. So what is your core message? And a really important thing to think about this is just step one, right? This is just your first idea of what your core message is. You don't need to get it right. It doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't need to be anything apart from something that you feel is true. And maybe you think, well, I haven't quite captured it, or haven't got the words yet, or it doesn't make sense. Maybe you might judge it and think it's not good enough, or I don't, whatever. Just that judgment, that worry about it, that perfectionism, push that to the side, because the only way that you get better and clearer with your core message and with connecting with your why is by doing it again and again and again. And the more that you think about it, the more that you speak it, the more that you write about it, the more that you share it with other people, the clearer and clearer it gets for you, and the more in tune it becomes with what you're doing in this path that you're taking. So for today's training, there's two things I want you to be doing, just to quickly recap. Number one, I want you to write down and get clear on what's your why for building this business. That's number one. And number two, and try and take it a bit deeper. So if you think you know your why, try and go deeper, try and connect it on a deeper, bigger scale for yourself. And number two is, what's your core message? If you were to say in a paragraph, if you were to write on a paragraph, or actually this is something that I haven't spoken for a while, but if you were to be stood on a stage, think of Evita, right? For those of you who maybe saw the show or certainly saw the film Evita, which is going back a long time now, but there was that moment where she opened doors of the hotel room or office that she was in, and she stood on the balcony in front of all these people, and they were all shouting Evita, Evita, or whatever it was at the time, I can't remember. And she had this microphone, and she stopped in the film. She sang like the big famous song to the crowd, and everyone was crying, and it was emotional. It was amazing, right? That was like her moment of sharing her core message. Maybe you could think about it like that. If you were stood on that balcony and you had the microphone, and you had, like, this was your chance to say what you truly felt about this, what would you say? What would you share? What words would you use? That's your core message, okay? So just make a start with it. It doesn't need to be perfect, and share it in the group. That's what I really want you to do, because sharing is the way that you start to get better at it. If you just keep it inside yourself, it's not doing anything. It's not meant to stay trapped inside you. It's supposed to be let out. So please go and make a post in Dreamcatchers now. Do it now before you forget about it, and take action on this and share it in the group. Go and have fun. I will see you day 4 tomorrow. And remember, there are some cool little prizes to be won for people who are really taking action on all of this. So have fun with it, and I will see you soon. Bye.